Sorry to interrupt the video, but this is future me talking to you while you're watching this. And if you are struggling with a certain part of your eye, or you just need some way to check over your eye, we do personal one-on-one eye classes. So if you want your eye to get a check over, just to make sure you have all the requirements on the marks, makeITsimpleTT.com/register. Okay, cool. Back to the video. Alright, welcome to what should be the final video of this Cape Computer Science Unit 2 walkthrough. And we've done everything. If you've watched all the videos so far, well done to you. Well done to you. Either one of two things. You don't have a teacher, or you just want to make sure that your eye is perfect and you cover all the bases. Whichever one. Today we should finish off everything. I hope. I really hope so. Trying to keep this video to about half an hour because all we're doing is documentation. So most of it will just be me sped up doing things. But I want to make sure that I show you that we have done everything. So I'll go to the table of contents and let's kind of go through, right? We have defined the problem. We have done the techniques of analysis with the graphs. We have done the data flow diagram, the context level, the level 1. We have done the ERD diagram. We've done our functional and non-functional requirements, which are supposed to guide how you develop the application. We have done the design specification, we did the user interface, the report design, the algorithm design, and data structures. Now, we didn't do the appropriate data structures yet because we just finished the code, so we have to still go and update the appropriate data structures, but nothing should change really from the last time because we didn't really change the data structures. It's an array of structures that we did for Unit 1 and Unit 2, same thing. So not much changes here, that's a copy and paste. We've gone through all of the code drama. We put in the binary search, we put in everything based on the functional requirements and non-functional requirements. And now we reach to code achieves functionality and code response to design and test plan. These are our three friends right now. And we're going to try to make sure that this is done. This code achieves functionality and code response to design is a lot of proof, a lot of writing, a lot of print screens, a lot of anything, because just in case you didn't know, the examiners don't look at your code. The people that correcting IAs, they have no interaction with your code whatsoever. Even though some teachers upload it and we upload the files in a zip file and everything, they're not going to run your code because they don't have time for that. All they have to do is look at your document. And when they look at your document, they see what you did by your proof. So you have to make sure you prove it properly, which is why you need to use a mouse for this, because there are a lot of snipping and a lot of copying and pasting, and you have to try to get your print screens to be as exact and neat as possible in order to make sure you get on your marks, right? So let's go to appropriate data structures and see what we have. Detail every structure that you use in your code, explain your structs, explain your array of structures. The Unit 1 would have the same thing, which is use of appropriate data structures. And there's a part called data structures use. So we're just going to explain all of this here. So we're going to use patience, max size, patience, so it's the name of the data structure, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to use the same words to use here. So for the appropriate data structures, paste in that. Boom, explain the data structures. Why is this looking bigger than the others? And yeah. This will go in red because this is for your guide. This will be in the PDF when you have to do it. Did here the size come out at 11? Let's put you to 12. For some reason, your font was 11 in the last IE, which was wrong. But hey. Alright. So to explain the data structures, we use a patience max size data structure. Patience is the name of the structure, P is the name of the array of structures. Max size is a global variable used to do anything in the system. An array of structures is used because it could hold different data typed in one record, thus making it easier. The structure contains 4 pieces that mimic the file structure exactly. All of that is to prove that you understand what a data structure is, which is an array of structures that we use inside here. Once you have that, marks. That's proven. No problems there, no issues. It's the exact same thing that you did for your Unit 1I. Now we're moving on to code achieves functionality. In the code achieves functionality part, you have to demonstrate via screenshots a lot of things. Demonstrate via screenshots that your code does the following. Documentation exists within the code. You don't need to show everything since the code is actually pasted above and they have to read through your code. But you have to show that every function has a comment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to print screen every function and just show that there is a comment at the top of each one of them. So let's do that. And I will show you one and then we'll fast forward while I do all of them, right? 10, fast forward, 6. Right. So we go into the code. First thing I want to do is I want to show that there are comments for things that were done. So I'll show that there's comments up here for student name. Now to do a print screen, you press Windows Shift and S and you'll get the snip tool, and then you choose the first one, which is rectangular snip, and then you go from the numbers across. So once you can show the line number. Right, so that's one. Demonstrate by screenshots that your code of the following documentation exists, right? So we're going to do the documentation exists part. We'll label this documentation. And I just have to put this part in red because this is to guide you when you are doing it. That's the documentation. Red. Cool. And I'm going to paste that screenshot now. Right, documentation. At the bottom of this, I'm going to put the words, introduction, comments. Right, that's one. Demonstrate that your code does the following. That should be in red also. Right, that's one. Now we're going to go through the code and just show all the functions that say things, global variables and structure. So I'm going to do Windows Shift and S, taken from line 35 down, and I'm going to show that the global variables and the structure was given some love. Those are my dogs barking, by the way. Introduction comments. Right, Control V. We'll name this global variables and structure. Right, because this is a PDF, you don't have to worry about length. What you worried about is making sure the examiner doesn't duck you any marks. So global variables and structure comments. Okay. Alright, so now it's time for us to fast forward, and I'm going to do this for every single one, and you will just see by the end that I have a lot of the comments. So fast forward in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right, so I've gone through the code and I've got some samples of things that I think would show the examiner for sure that I know how to comment. All of this is in the code and the examiner could go and look through the code and see it, but I just don't want to risk it. Because I don't want to risk it, I'm going to make sure it's very, very clear to this examiner that I know what I'm doing. So the first one is global variables showing comments, showing structure size. So the first one is introduction comments to tell you the information about the program, the skills used and stuff. Global variables to show the comments. Then I'll put this one in, again, my mistake, right? So my next one is to show that there is a comment for the password, comment for how password function works, because there are many ways that you can do a password function. So you want to put a comment to tell them what your password function does. This one is very important. I have an old search algorithm inside, which is the linear search, and I left it in and I commented it out showing that I had an old search, but I changed it to binary search. So comment showing linear search removed. Then I have a next comment that I want to prove to show binary search inserted comments for how binary search works in this code. And then I have a next one for comment showing how record printing works. Right, and that is enough. That's enough to show the examiner that I have comments for all of the functions that matter. And of course, they could go in the code and look at the others. But I showed them how the password function works. I showed them that I changed the search and I knew what I was doing and I commented it out, the old one. I showed them that I knew how a report works, and everything else is in the code. So if they want, they can scroll up to see if I did the comments. But this here should prove enough to the examiner to give you the 1 mark or the 2 marks that you need to get for your comments, right? So our next job is to do error trapping. Oh, I should put these as heading 2s. Yeah, I'll put it as heading 2s. Code achieves functionality documentation. I'm going to change this to heading 2 because I want it to accompany table of contents. This would be a heading 2. Yeah. Documentation. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I want to prove that there is error trapping. So I will, this is going to be in red. And I'm going to name it error trapping. Right, so error trapping is going to be, no, right. So error trapping, I'll have to show screenshots of errors being accounted for. So I have that in the previous IA already, somewhere inside there. Did I put error catching inside there, man? I don't think Unit 1 requires you to show error catching. No, they don't. No, they just care about the data set. Alright. So I have to do the error catching on myself here. So we're going to go through the code and find where we look for errors. So first place I'm sure I looked for errors was when I was reading the file. So we'll take a screenshot of that. We're going to fast forward again. Right, good. So I went through and I print screen a lot of stuff. One of the tricks that students don't know is that when you do print screens, you could copy a lot of stuff, copy, and then there's a thing in Microsoft Windows. And in a Mac too, called clipboard. If you use Windows and V, it will show you all the things that you previously copied. And that'll make your life a whole lot easier. You just have to click on enter. So we have all sorts of stuff that we've proven. I suggest anything that you have an error for, anything for wrong input, you put it in and it'll come out. You'll come out okay. Showing patient access, showing invalid choice. And what's the last one? Passcode incorrect. Please enter open. Yeah. Alright, so now we're just putting some captions underneath each one of these pictures. Error for wrong password. Error for invalid status put in. Error for empty file. And then error for search patients. Error for searching for wrong patient. Error for wrong report choice. Yeah. Good. So I have 5, right? 5 at least. So if you have error catching, let's go through your code. Copy the code, make sure you have the actual snippet of it and the concept, and then just label them. Because this is 2 marks, 1 mark, can't remember exactly. But we'll go through the mark scheme after and see if the IA actually achieves all of the marks, right? Alright, this is future me jumping in right now to talk to present you to let you know that I figured out something that later on came up, which is during the error trapping, we couldn't trap the errors properly because they won't stay on the screen long enough. So I had to fix something. Here's what I fixed. I fixed this in the libraries I declaring. I declared time.h later on to try to get the system to pause, but that didn't work very well. So I took that out, right? So if you see me do that anywhere in any other videos, just ignore it, right? Time.h. So I took that out and I put in a library called UniStandard, UNISTD. That that function gives us the ability to put in a sleep. So here's where the sleep really comes in. Look at the menu I have here. When the menu says welcome, it has a clear in front of it, right? So every single time this menu pops up, it's going to clear the screen. But the problem is, sometimes there are error messages, and then I call the menu and it doesn't clear the screen. Well, it doesn't show the error message because the screen clears immediately. So what I want to do is I want to stop it before it continues. So I have to put in this here. You see this here, sleep 3? This uses the function in the uni standard, and it will cause the program to sleep for 3 seconds, then call the menu. This is very important. It has to sleep for 3 seconds, then call the menu. I want to do that because I need to make sure that I don't let the user think nothing is happening. So the user has to know that the error happened before the menu comes up. That's why the menu pops back up, right? So we'll clear the console and stop, right? Alright, so watch what will happen, right? So when I click run, I'll enter the password 1111. Anything that I see here that's new, that's because I put it in any future videos. But the reason I have to come back and do this is because I don't want you to go through the rest of the videos without putting this in, because it's quite easy to do, just I didn't figure it out at the point in time, which happens all the time. Alright, so the menu pops up and I'm going to put in a choice. If I put in a wrong choice like 8 is not a valid choice. I want it to say the error message. So it says please enter a valid number between 1 and 5, and then boom, 3 seconds later the menu pops back up, which is exactly what I wanted to take place. So all you have to do is go through everywhere that you call the menu and you have an error message that needs to pop up, and put that sleep in front of it. When you put that sleep in front of it, it will make your life a little easier, and it will make your program more user-friendly because it will send error messages back to the user before the menu pops back up. So put that fix inside, go and put in the sleeps just like you put in the system clears wherever you needed to. I'm going to put it in as I go along, but you will only see it really make sense in video 11 where we have to do error trapping. So go and fix that. Back to the original video of me continuing to show you how to fix the code or modify the code, right? Alright, next job is correct output. Correct output is us showing that the information actually is correct according to our intention. So we have to show that there's correct output either to the screen or to a file based on the requirements of the program. So, and then we have reporting. So we want to show the screen part first, and then we show the reporting part to show that the text files are actually reported to. And then we have to show that the design matches our original design. So correct output is fairly straightforward. All we want to do is show that the reports match up, right? So let's do the reporting part, and then we'll do the user interface part, right? So to show that the output is correct, I'm going to have to go to the reports and show them that the reports are laid out the way that I intended them to be. So I'm going to show this patients.txt here. Then I'm going to show the intensive care is clearly the people who have a status of 3. Then I'm going to show that the stable is clearly people who have a status of 1. And it's laid out, and we did the tabs and everything clearly laid out. And then I'm going to show that people have a status of 2. Right. So when I go to this now and I'm going to show reporting is going to prove to the examiner that my reports are clearly filtering what they need to filter out, and I have no issues. So I'm going to put these print screens in now. First one is the original text file showing all the different patients. Next one is the intensive care file. Next one is the stable file. Next one is the warded file, right? So I'll put like a sentence inside here, right? So we're going to put a sentence and say, this report, this is the original text file showing the test data used. All the statuses are shown at the end of each record. Right, and now I'm going to say in the intensive care file, this report, this output file, shows the filtering of only people, of the people with a status of 3, the people, patients, with a status of 3. And I'm going to copy this because it's going to be the same thing. Shows if you have different reports that filter out by name or filter by ID or filter by anything, this is where you want to prove it. You want to show it here and you want to make sure that it's fully proven to the examiner that your reports are exactly what they're supposed to be. You want to show that you have the correct output because correct output matters. So that's correct output there for the reports. But then there's also correct output for code response to design. Now the code responding to design means that the design that you have on top here, the report design, must match back to the design. So we just did that for the reports, but we have to do the user interface part now. The user interface must show that this design I had here, you got it down here in correct output. So for correct output, we just did reporting. So now let's look for code response to design. Should design specifications, usually the menu, and show that your menu matches what your diagram says. Right, code response to design. This should be heading 2. Right. Okay, good. Okay. So I'm going to go and show the rundown of Right. So I'm going to show all the different parts of the menu. So I'm going to clear the console. Well, because I'm using Replit, you can use virtual IDE using. We'll run the program. Code response to design must show that I have welcome to the hospital week here. Did that happen? Yes. So I'm going to show this is what asks for the passcode. That's 1. I enter the passcode 1111, enter, and I will show that it responds to the design here, which is it asks for the thing on the choice. Damn it, stop. Right. And we read the choice. Good. Then I'm just going, basically all I'm doing is running through the code. So then I do the add patient. Add patient looks like what it's supposed to look like. Here, then we, let's put in a patient, 100. First name is Bob, small, age is 34, status is on 1. Right. Patient is added. I go back to option number 2, which is update patient. Option 2 will update the patient 100, and the status update I want to make is that it's now 2. Yeah. Didn't I just add a patient? Why the update patient not working? That's not, I think I realized one of the functions fighting add a patient. Oh. Don't tell me I reached this far and there's a problem with that function, Run 1111. Add a patient 1. Patient ID is 300. Bob, small, 34. Status is 1. Search for patient 1 by ID 1. Patient 300. Right, you have a problem there. Why is the patient not being added? Why is Bob Small not being added? Let's use the exit the program. Did it add? Yeah, look, Bob Small there, but it didn't search properly. I'll have to fix that in test plan. Choices for search for patient ID 300. They did find it. Alright, let me just look through the add patient function because I'll need to fix this in the test plan one time. Please enter new patient information. I read all the information and it goes into actual size, location, After I read all the information, set actual size to 0. You read the data, you update actual size to the number of information that you read. Actual size will be C 0, so location 0 will be the first one, and location whatever. Is my actual size in the wrong place? Did I do something wrong? Alright, let's see again. Run 1111. Add a patient number 900. Jenny, Craig, 77. Status is at 2. 4 search for patient by ID, patient 900. Oh, yeah, she does exist. Alright, so the actual size was in the wrong place actually. Yeah. Okay, good. Now that is fixed, I could go back to running the program and taking screenshots. This is the last screenshot I took. I lost track. Okay. Code response to design. Let me paste what I have so far. So I have the first thing, which is the passcode. Then I have the second thing, code response to design. First thing, which is the password, right? Second thing, which is the welcome screen. Next thing, which is the next welcome screen. Oh no, I had to take out this welcome screen because there was this little thing that got snipped in the corner. Be careful when you snip, and you might snip some questionable things from your screen, and you really don't want to snip anything questionable. Next thing, if you're an anime character and up on side, you know that happen. Patient information, please enter the new patient information. Alright, cool. We accept that. And what else do I have to do? I have to print patient record to the screen, so I press 4, enter the patient you'd like to search for, response to the design. Did I have that in the documentation? The user interface, enter the patient you'd like to search for. I was supposed to display the patient information like this. Okay, so I'm going to have to update this to match the right, so this is where you're going to have to update your user interface to match what you actually did, because this is important. I have entered the patient. Which patient would you like to search for? How would you like to search? By ID or by name? And I didn't put that in the display information. So I'm going to put that in. But now, if I just copy it as a text. Oh, cool. Copy, paste as text. Paste without formatting, right? Yeah. How would you like to search? Patient ID. Search by patient surname, right? Good. And then I put in 1 for ID, right? But I didn't display it like this. I should put tabs to display to match it. I have 1 or 2 choices. I could go and edit the code and change it to display to print the information by tabs, or just leave it like this. And I am going to leave it like this, yeah. Did I say something here? Oh man, okay, now I have to match this to that. So I have to put tabs in now to get the information to be laid out clearly. Okay, let's do it. So patient ID goes first, that goes on 1 line. Surname goes second, and after I print out the surname, I have to put 2 tabs, /T. First name goes to the next line, age comes up on the next line. After age, I have to put 2 tabs, /T. Alright, let's see how that works out. So I go 1, 1, 1, 1. 3 is search for patient. 4 is print patient record to the screen. Display patient information 1, patient ID 300. Why my tabs didn't work right? But what is this? This is where I just refresh the whole screen and ask yourself some hard questions. Alright, so let's run it again. I put the tabs, I put it here. This is the print info function. Yeah, press 1 to return to new menu. What is your problem? Let's just assume that I didn't put a space. Let's just assume that. Do I have a next print patient info that is printing something else? No. Why are the tabs not working? You know what? This is where you have to ask the questions. Will I lose marks? No, I won't lose any marks. So I'll just click on the tabs. I don't have time to sit down and fight this right now. I want to finish this video. So we'll just go and make the thing match back to this. So patient ID. And I have surname, first name, age, right? Surname, first name, age, and status. Cool. We'll bunch it up together nice and neat. Because we ain't up for the fight. Yeah. Right. So I tell them the information is laid out easily, so that matches to that. So I can take a print screen of this and move on my life. Right, this shows that matches up. Going back down to code response to design, and I put in this print screen underneath there. What else I have to prove? To prove that delete patient exists. Okay. Return to the main menu. 1, delete patient, which is option 3. Alright, enter the patient icon on the shift and S. Delete patient is... Wow, I'm supposed to say, are you sure you want to delete this? Cannot be undone? My goodness, did I do that? Yep, I am not doing that. Are you sure you want to delete? This cannot be undone. No, we'll leave that right here. We'll take out the message and say they confirm that they want to proceed. Yeah, no. Patient found. The patient that will be deleted is... Yeah, I'll just take this, copy that, and then go and put it inside here because this is exactly what it's going to be. Paste without formatting. Paste values in. Right, this is exactly what happens, right? Now, whatever you do in your code, you could just come here and put exactly what took place, and then put that same print screen down at the bottom. That will save you a lot of trouble, right? So I'm going down to code response to design, and I'm gonna just go and put that one underneath, because all of this is your proof. Print screen this. Alright, so UI showing password interface. Do I have the user interface for the password up there? No, I didn't put that in. So I'm going to put password interface inside here. Copy this whole block here. Alright, so I'll show you welcome screen. No, I want only the words. How do we know I'll copy? Paste without formatting. Right, welcome to the hospital, we care. Please enter the 4-digit passcode. How to put a box around this? How did I put a box around this? Did I just put a border? Insert table 1 box. Yeah, right. Alright, so that shows that I have the interface matching up with what I want, which is the welcome screen and password. Yeah, right, so matching that, match that, update patient status, delete patient, display patient information, I have that. Reports, I have to do the reports. Right, so I choose 5 for print reports, and it'll ask me which reports do I want to print. And then go to code response to design. What happens when I print the report? 1, print all stable patients, it will print. Cool. From my user interface for the reports. Yeah, right, that's what should happen. I don't have any colon showing anything. Alright, the sub menu was identified by using asterisk. Alright, yeah, cool. Print all stable reports, and that's the choice. And then choose option 6, which is exit the program. I have a problem here with the menu, with the main menu. The main menu. I still have 6 inside. I still have 2 delete patients inside the main menu. So I'll take that out. This is very important that you check these things. Delete patient there. This one not supposed to be there. Because I moved the delete patient. So it's supposed to just be 1 to 5. And choices that's greater than 5. Yeah. Right, now if you make small changes to the code, you gotta go and change it in the document because you don't want those small changes to not be reflected. So I'll just go to the code and find where I made the change of the menu. Menu. Can't even find the menu on it. What is always at the last step. We just want to give up the race. Well, we don't want to give up the race. We want to find our menu. Here, menu. Oh, right. So I take out this delete patient and then change this choice to 5. Right. I had to take the actual size and move from here and put it to down there. Oh my goodness. That's the only other change I made. Actual size. Yeah. Why did I do actual size -1? Yeah, I don't know. Right. Code responsibility. This is taking a lot longer than I expected. All right. Delete patient, print records. Print records is our last option. Yeah, and then the last thing that I have in the user interface is I have the welcome, I have this, I have that, I have print patient, I have delete patient. Patient that will be deleted is display patient information. Print on still patient. There we have that. Have a nice day. Exit the program. All right, so let's do the exit the program and show them that our have a nice day is printing, run, enter 0. Thank you for using the program. Data has been updated. Have a nice day. All right, so we want to put that in now as our last code response to design print screen. Right, now I don't need to put anything else here, because all the examiner has to do is go and check to see if all the things that you said in your user interface match back to these print screens down here, and you just have to match it back. Either you go and change it in the code to get to fit, or you go and change the user interface to match back what you actually got because you didn't get to do it properly, or you didn't achieve that task. That's okay. You just fix it in post. That's what they call it in video editing. Don't worry, we'll fix it in post. That's all. Right. Okay. So I thought I was going to get everything done. Didn't. In order to keep this video short, I'm going to do the test plan in the next video, because this video is almost an hour already and I don't want to do any 2-hour tutorials. Alright, so the last thing to do is to do the test plan, which is almost a carbon copy of the last test plan, which will show the screenshots to match what was tested in the Unit 1IA, and just to test the other new things that I had to do, which is the bubble sort. We have to show that the bubble sort works. We have to show that the binary search works. We have to show that whatever else we added in is going to work. So I'll see you all in the next video. One more video after this, which is the test plan and documentation, where I will go through every single mark. So you'll want to kind of look at that video and we'll double check everything to make sure that this IA is fully submittable and we'll get all the marks that we're supposed to get. Don't forget to download the LearnIt app, makeITsimpleTT.com/LearnIt. You download that and you'll have access to this PDF. You'll be able to see the PDF, you'll be able to see the walkthrough, and you will see the playlist with all the videos going chronologically. And inside that app, you will see so much more. Lots of things inside there that will be able to guide you on Cape Computer Science, Cape IT, and lots of other subjects too, because we always added more subjects to it and all the videos and all the YouTube teachers and whatnot, right? So I'll see you in the next video where we finish off this Computer Science Unit 2 IA. I might shed a tear.